welcome to the Archie Luxury channel. Today we're going through some more viewer emails. So let's start it. Okay, here we go. Dear Archie, I have a Bulova Accutron Space View watch in 14 karat yellow gold. It was given to me in 1971, I think. It is still running perfectly. Is this watch valuable? No, it's not. Well, look, Bulova is not really what I would consider a true luxury brand. There's a bit of a collector's market for the Accutron, but it's never really impressed me terribly much. Okay, another comment here. This is from 12 Italia 3. You gotta love these fucking Italians, don't you? And he goes on to say he's made a comment about my Audemars Piguet Royal Oak. He says, you can tell it is an old AP by its size. That size is about a full-size woman's watch nowadays. Only when the women keep eating, my friend. If you marry somebody who's slim and doesn't keep eating, it's still a man's watch. No, I disagree with you. The Royal Oak in two-tone that I've got there, I think it's actually a perfectly proportioned man's watch. It's a 33mm diameter excluding the crown, and I think it's actually quite a delightful size. I don't think it's necessarily small. Okay, next viewer email. Let's keep these coming here. Okay, we go. Dear Archie, I love your videos. Thank you. Hilarious, keep it up. I'm looking to buy a GMT watch because I travel quite frequently. I was considering either the Rolex GMT Master 2 or Omega Speedmaster. Which do you think is the better GMT watch? I think he's meaning the Seamaster GMT. It would be nice if you did a video on helping people to choose watches with a certain subcategory, e.g. best chronograph, best GMT, etc., within your cleverly thought out and experienced rules of avoiding dogs and pieces of shit. It becomes a bit tedious being recommended the same handful of watches over and over. This, I think, would take your channel to the next level. Okay, thanks for the comments there. I don't know whether to thank you or to snarl at those remarks, but okay. What's the best GMT watch? Look, the best GMT watch is by Rolex. They invented the genre. The GMT was a model released by Rolex for Pan Am. I think, look, the best traveling type watch, 2 time zone type piece, you can't get better than a Rolex GMT or a Rolex Explorer 2. I think that's probably the best traveling type watch. I personally am not a great big fan of the new ceramic Rolexes. I tend to stay away from them, but I think my best choice there out of those, I'd go for an Explorer 2, a used Explorer 2. White dial, I think that's probably the best bang per buck at the moment with a GMT function. If money was no object, I'd go for a world time, like a Patek World Time or a Vacheron World Time. That's what I'd be thinking. So, yeah, that's quite an interesting concept there. Okay. Hi, Archie. Would you ever make a video review of a classic Rolex Submariner? I love the patina look on these watches. The newer models don't seem to have the same patina look. No, patina takes time to get there. It's not something just sprayed on. It certainly takes a bit of time to grow there. But look, if you look at my other videos, I've actually got a few videos on I've got a video on a vintage Sea Dweller, the 1665. I've also got a few videos on Submariners, so I've already done that already, but certainly take a look. Okay, next viewer email. Dear Archie, my name is Sid and I'm writing to you from Chicago. First and foremost, I want to say that I love your watch reviews that are brutally honest and informative. I currently own a 2-tone Rolex Datejust, which I use for mostly formal wear, and I'm in the market for a good sports watch. What would you recommend under 4,000? Okay. To Sid in Chicago. Look, I would have to say, Sid, You haven't actually mentioned whether your Rolex Datejust is a sapphire or a plastic. But look, if you've got one Rolex there, I'd have to say you're probably best if you've only starting off a collection. You've got a Datejust. You'd have to go for a Rolex sports watch. Sorry, I know it's passé to say this, but I'd be looking at a classic Explorer 2, GMT, Submariner. That's what I'd be looking at. I think if you've got the Datejust, you're going to be disappointed with anything else because nothing is waterproof, and that's probably a very good feature to have in a sports watch. So if you bought something else, say you bought a Breitling Navitimer, which is a classic sports watch, it's not going to be waterproof, and your formal wear watch is going to be more versatile than your sports watch. But look, basically, I think for under the $4,000 mark, I'd be looking pre-owned classic Rolex, sort of from the 90s. So I'd be looking at Explorer 2 Sapphire, Submariner Sapphire, maybe a no-date sub. I'd certainly be considering an early 90s Sapphire date sub. There's some really good pieces around there. That price range wouldn't get you into a ceramic, but I'm not a big fan of this new ceramic Submariner. So look, I think for that price range there, you're best to get a pre-owned Sapphire Rolex sports watch. And if you wanted something brand spanking new, you could always buy an Omega Speedmaster Man on the Moon watch. That's the mechanical movement one. That'd be a great chronograph to get your hands on. Quite a lot of choices there. Stay away from pieces of shit. No fucking tags. No mid-tier crap. I'd really recommend pre-owned. That's certainly my view there. Okay, we've got another one. Hi Archie, I bought a Rolex Submariner date. Green dial, 2011 for $8,500. Can you talk about it? I wouldn't have fucking bought one of those. $8,500. That's some serious money. You know, buying brand spanking new. I mean, anyone can walk into a watch store and pay retail or get a bit of a discount. I mean, what can I say? It's I don't actually like the green sub. I find it very very boring. I mean, I for that sort of money there, I would have bought a Jaeger LeCoultre Reverso in steel. So many good pieces you can buy for that sort of money. I don't know why you'd buy a subby, but that's just my view. I mean a sub. They're a classic piece. They're a great piece, but I mean, Jesus, you could $8,500's a lot of money, and I don't know. Maybe I've been in the watch game too long. Rolexes don't excite me like they used to. I mean, I've kind of, you start off, you buy an Omega, then you buy a Rolex, and then you realize what a Patek is, and you look at some things like a Vacheron, the Holy Trinity type members. $8,500, geez. I would have bought myself a Royal Oak automatic in steel, a pre-owned automatic Royal Oak. Wouldn't that be a smarter buy than a brand new green sub? I mean, I don't know. That's just my opinion. I don't know why people have this big fascination for buying brand spanking new. A Royal Oak steel automatic. I mean, you can always get your money back. You'll always be able to get out of that. But your Submariner, I mean, they're a nice piece. It's waterproof. It's a great piece. But geez, I suppose that's what the rookies would buy, isn't it? Okay, thanks very much for watching my videos, and stay tuned for more episodes. Thank you.